Thank you for tuning in to MacroView Television and welcome to a brand new edition of Taiwan Outlook, the program that presents the different faces and let you hear these different stories on Taiwan. I'm your host, Wu Ruiguo. Do you enjoy watching children's films? Have you seen some of the films at this year's Taiwan International Children's Film Festival? Well, one of the films that was shown at this year's festival was Living Off the Ocean. On today's program, we're going to meet the person who's responsible for making the film Living Off the Ocean. And he is Dr. Chen Heng-Ming, who's currently a teacher at Beipu Elementary School in Hualien County. Dr. Chen, it's a pleasure to have you on the program.
Thank you for inviting me to attend Taiwan Outlook program. Thank you.
Yes, and Dr. Chen, reading your bio before the the interview started, I understand that you have a background in engineering. You have a very prestigious academic record since you graduated from National Tsinghua University in engineering and also received your PhD from National Donghua University. Can you then tell us a little bit about yourself and why was somebody has a very impressive academic record ended up teaching elementary school in Beipu, at Hualien County?
Okay. After I graduated from Tsinghua University, I decided to go abroad for further study. But when I was in the military life,
yes.
I think again. I want to be a teacher.
Okay.
So I want to be an engineer.
All right.
So I come back to my
native
Hualien
County.
And
yes.
I go to elementary school to be a teacher.
Okay.
And during this time, and I come back to campus to study, yes, for the PhD degree.
Okay.
Yes.
And we understand that, Dr. Chen, you are one of the two people primarily responsible for making the documentary,
yes.
Living Off the Ocean.
Yes.
The other person is your, cohort, on the project. She is Ms.蔡佳玲.
Yes.
And can you then tell us why the two of you have this concept to do a documentary called Living Off the Ocean?
Actually, in 2010, we have already participated in this project.
Oh, really?
But at that time, we recorded an Aboriginal folk dance group in our school, and we recorded the training process, and they went to the local folk dance competition, and finally they got the first prize.
Really?
Yes. So before 6 years, we have did it again. Yes.
Okay. And this is the first time you ever participated in a movie project.
Yeah.
I would imagine, right? I mean, how were you able to form a team? You have to have people who write the story. You have to have people who can shoot the camera.
Yes.
You have to have people who know how to do a little, lighting, a little different photography and things. How did you put the team together?
Okay. Because this project is kids as the director.
Oh,
so
okay. Yes.
We teach kids how to use the camera.
Oh,
yes,
okay.
and to teach kids how to use the editing software to cut to make a film.
Okay.
Yes, so we teach them these techniques.
Okay.
Yes.
But I mean, these are kids maybe around 7, 8, 9 years old. I mean, they are very young to be giving that responsibility. What was their reaction when you said to your students to say that this is what I want you to do as director?
Yes.
Did they welcome it, or were they afraid?
Yes. At first, they are very afraid. After we shuffle many times, they are very happy
Okay.
Yes.
All right. And we also understand the movie was shot in Hualien.
Yes.
Specifically at七星潭,
Yes.
beach. And why did you pick七星潭? And why not some of the other better-known attractions in Hualien? For example, Taroko Gorge, the national park, or Liyu Tan. These are Liyu Lake.
Yes.
These are also very well-known local attractions. But why did you pick七星潭?
Because Qixingtan Beach is nearby our school, we just maybe we take 5 minutes by motorcycle to there.
Oh, really?
They're
Okay.
very near.
All right.
So we choose Qixingtan as the main main scene of our film.
Okay.
Yes.
And may I ask you what the movie's storyline is about? It's apparently about 3 kids
Yes.
and their grandfather,
Yes.
who's also a crew member of a
Yes.
boat.
Yes.
And can you tell us what was the story?
This story is about 3 grandsons and his
Okay.
parents, and the grandpa will teach his grandsons some teaching method, and they adore their grandpa. So they want to take a ball out the sea like their grandpa.
Okay.
So this is the main script of this film.
Okay,
Yes.
and it's basically coming of age,
Yeah.
right? I mean, for the kids to become like their grandfather,
Yes.
taking the boat out in the ocean.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And let me ask you, where did you find the actors? For example, the grandfather who played that role.
Yeah.
And also, how about the 3 kids?
Yeah.
Are the 3 kids, are they your students at Beipu Elementary School? Please.
Actually, before this documentary, Miss Chai and I make a version in the same title, "Living Off the Ocean," but it's an animation.
Okay.
Yes. In that animation, there are just 2 characters, one grandson and the one grandpa, who was also a crew member of a boat. And we got a prize. That animation, we got a prize in the competition. And later,
Very good.
Ms. Chai and I have an idea to make it into documentary.
Okay.
So one day, Ms. Chai, he walked at the Qixingtan Beach, and he met an older man. And yes, the older man told a lot of interesting things to her.
Okay.
And suddenly he said he has grandsons in our school. Wow, Mr. Tsai, come back to talk to me these things. I said, wow, this is the good news.
Yes, of course.
So they are what we want. So we choose them as our main characters.
Okay.
Yes.
And the 3 kids, are the kids from your school?
2 of them.
2 of them.
Yes.
Okay. How about the other one, the 3rd?
They are natives. So they start. One of them study in another school.
Oh, okay.
But they live in the same community.
Okay.
Yes.
But let me ask you, Dr. Chen,
Yeah.
putting a team of strangers basically together was not easy.
Yes.
How did you then make sure that all of them know what they were supposed to do? Especially some of the kids are very young.
Yes.
They may not do always the thing that you asked them to do.
Yes.
How do you overcome that?
Yes. At first, we will write some script
Okay.
about the film and talk to them before we shot. But we find they don't follow what we said.
Yes, of course.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then
At that
they
age,
just play what they want, out of control.
Okay.
Yes. So Miss Chai and I we discussed this. So we decide not to give too many details, just play themselves.
Okay.
And we adjust the script.
Okay.
Yes.
As the filming was coming along.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how long did the filming take to finish the project?
About 6 months.
Okay.
Yes.
And let me ask you, looking back at the process,
Yes.
I know this is your first project.
Yes.
Was it difficult? Or was it something that you enjoyed and you liked very much?
I think during that period, I think it's hardworking because there are too many things you can control.
Okay.
Like you want sunshine,
Okay.
but it's raining or
Of
cloudy.
course.
Yes, and then sometimes, just as I said before, the kids can do what you want. Yes, they didn't follow what you say.
Okay.
So this is there are many challenges.
Of course.
Yes.
But let me ask you, towards the end of the movie,
Yes.
when the movie was done,
Yes.
and then did the kids, come back to you and say, Teacher Chen, I enjoy making the movie very much. Maybe, next time when you shoot another documentary, please consider me as one of the actors. Did anybody?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
They always told me, when is the next documentary?
Okay.
I want to be
a part of it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then also about, after the shooting was done, did you have to spend a lot of times editing the film and put it together as the final product?
Because this is always the kids as the director, so
Okay.
the editing work is also done by kids.
By kids?
Yes.
How did they, did they know how to edit a movie?
Yes, before we shot, we teach them some lessons related to
Okay.
editing. Yes.
All right. So they were able to pick up and
Yes.
pretty much done a very good job at
Yes.
editing the film.
Yes.
That's terrific. All right. We need to take the first break in our program today. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the second segment of today's program here on Taiwan Outlook. I'm your host, Rui Guo. We will continue our conversation with Dr. Chen Heng-Ming, who's currently a teacher at Beipu Elementary School in Hualien County. But mostly we're having on the program today because he's one of the two people responsible for the documentary Living Off the Sea at this year's Taiwan International Children's Film Festival. And Dr. Chen, thank you very much for sharing with us in the first part of the program about how the project came about and how did you put the team together and what was the story behind the movie.
Yes.
But I will imagine that you are working together
Yes.
with some strangers that you probably never met before.
Yes.
For example, the older gentleman
Yes.
that Ms.蔡佳玲met at the beach.
Yes.
And also the three kids, two of them are at Beipu, the other one is not. They probably never worked together, and they are also not familiar with what movie making is all about. And of course, you had to give them some lessons, try to help them, how to do directing, how to do post-production. But let me ask you this, were there any interesting stories along the way, because you were shooting the film together for about 6 months?
Yes.
And were there any interesting issues or problems that you had to deal with in making the documentary?
Okay. As I said before, the kids didn't follow what you want.
Okay.
But sometimes it's interesting. Just like if you see the movie at the beginning of this film,
Okay.
you can see them use the fishing rod to fly a kite.
Oh, okay. All right.
It's very interesting and impressive.
Yes.
Yes. So maybe this is just the way they live their life.
Okay.
You don't teach them how to play.
Okay. You
Yes.
don't need to train them as
Yeah,
actors.
not to train them.
Okay.
Just be themselves.
Okay.
Yes. So I think this is very interesting part of film.
Making the film.
Making
Okay.
the film.
All right. Let me ask you then, overall, when you're looking back on the experience of putting this movie, the documentary, Living Off the Ocean together,
Yes.
did you think the process was difficult? or did you think the process was a very fun experience? You had enjoyed it very much, and or were there any difficulties in making the movie?
I think there are two parts.
Okay.
For teachers,
Okay. All right.
we are very difficult.
Okay.
Yes, but for kids, they are happy.
All right.
They enjoy in this field, in this
movie making
process. Yes.
Okay. And Dr. Chen, let me ask you, were there any elements or issues that you felt that you were not able to control? For example, you said earlier the kids may not necessarily follow what you asked them. Okay. Any other things that you were not able to control?
Maybe the climate, the bad climate, because the period we shot is from September to December.
Oh, okay.
Yes, the unstable climate.
Okay.
So because maybe we want a sunny day today, but it's windy or cloudy.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. When you were shooting the movie, did you work every day of the week, or just maybe 2 days, 3 days of the week that you would shoot the movie project?
2 times a month.
Okay. Oh, 2 times a month.
Yes.
Okay. So every time when you shoot, is it full day? Maybe like 9 o'clock until 5 o'clock at night, in the afternoon?
Maybe from in the morning. Maybe from from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
And you also mentioned that some of the kids live very close to Qixingtan.
Yes.
And did that really help in terms of they being so close to home, and they feel more comfortable when they play as directors or play the part of actors in the documentary themselves?
Yes, because they just live in the Qixingtan community.
Okay.
So every time they shot, they just walk from their home to the beach.
Okay.
This is what they do every day.
All right.
Yes, so they feel comfortable.
And let me ask you, what was their parents' reaction when Dr. Chen, you went up to them and say, hey, mom and dad, I'm going to ask your son or daughter to be a part of this documentary? Were they surprised, of course, and then were they saying things, are you serious? My son or daughter is not trained as an actor. What was their reaction?
At first, their parents said, wow, my son, you say my son? We would say yes.
Okay.
And they are very, they didn't believe that their sons can be the actors.
Okay.
Yes. But every time they will look, we shot and see the reaction of their kids. So they gradually,
they gradually learned that this is something very meaningful for their kids.
Yes.
Okay. And also, let me ask you, when you were shooting the film, that you were right there at Qixingtan Beach. It's an open area. It's a public, place. Were there people walking by on the beach, and they were playing maybe volleyball, maybe frisbee and things? Did they really, become a distraction, shall we say, when you were making the film? Did they disturb you? Did they make trouble for your movie making?
No, because the main concept of this film is to record their life.
Okay.
Yes, so it's okay.
Okay.
When someone walk by or play volleyball, it's okay.
It's okay.
It's just their life.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. And doing this documentary, Dr. Chen, you had to work with very, very little budget.
Yes.
All right. And how do you then overcome this? That you mentioned the kids live close to home, so maybe they can, take care of food and things. But were you able to maybe subsidize them a little bit in terms of, transportation?
Yes.
And maybe for their time? Were you able to?
No, we have this problem because they live in in the scene in the community.
Okay.
So they just walk to the beach about 5 minutes.
Okay.
And each time their grandpa will cook something
Okay,
for us.
them to eat.
Yes.
Okay.
So we have no budget.
No budget on
Yes,
this. All
no
right.
budget.
That is very impressive.
Yeah.
Okay. And also, we understand that watching the documentary, the music of ukulele
Yes.
was used. Let me ask you, why did you think of using ukulele as a musical instrument in the movie? And also, did the kids themselves actually play the ukulele?
Yeah. The background music is played by the school teacher.
Oh,
yes,
okay.
who also teaches ukulele in school, in our school. We tried many different instruments, but finally we think that ukulele is the most suitable for our film. Okay. I think maybe ukulele is originated from Hawaii.
Yes.
Yes, and Hawaii is also located in the Pacific Ocean,
yes.
nearby, just like in Hualien.
Okay.
Yes, so I think ukulele is the most suitable for us.
Okay. And the documentary was completed, and it was shown at this year's Taiwan International Children's Film Festival. And that was the first time it was released to the public.
Yes.
And let me ask you, what was the audience reaction to the documentary?
The audience?
Yes. Did they like it or did they not like it? Why?
After the film,
Yes.
Many audience said to us,
Okay.
he said he very like our films. He feel very comfortable and can make them calm down.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. And the movie itself is the first project that you ever done in documentary making.
Yes.
Are you thinking, based on the wall reception that you received of the movie this time, are you thinking of maybe in the future you and Ms.蔡佳玲can do some other documentary projects together?
Yes, we will go on.
Okay.
We will go on this.
Okay.
Yes.
And what are some of the stories maybe that you are thinking now could be the next topic for you?
Because in our school we have many Aboriginal groups.
Okay.
So I want to discuss the diversity of these Aboriginal groups.
Okay, in Hualien.
In Hualien, in our school.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I was also supposed that because of the positive reaction that you have over the movie, there will be more people that are interested in being part of your team.
Yes.
All right, whether as actors or as photographers or whatever. And would you also having some maybe possibility of getting some corporate sponsorship for the project to be bigger in the future? For example, you want to talk about the diversity of indigenous people in Hualien.
Yes.
And would it be possible for you, for example, for you to approach government agency for some grants or for some sponsorship of your next project?
And maybe we will receive some financial support from the government.
Okay.
Because in our school we have a digital opportunity center.
Yes.
So maybe we can apply some budget.
Okay.
From that. Yes.
All right. And what is that one thing that this movie making has taught you? Now you're looking back at it. It's a 6-month process.
Yes.
It's difficult sometimes. And what was that thing that taught you the most about movie making?
It's really hardworking.
Okay.
Yes.
And then, but that does not discourage you from trying to make another movie.
Yes.
That is terrific. That is the spirit, okay? We need to take another break on our program. We'll be back in just a few minutes. Welcome back to today's program here on Taiwan Outlook. I'm your host, Wu Guo. We will continue our conversation with Dr. Chen Heng-Ming, who's currently an elementary school teacher in Beipu in Hualien County. But what is more interesting is that Dr. Chen, along with one of his colleagues, Ms.蔡佳玲, were responsible for the documentary Living Off the Ocean at this year's Taiwan International Children's Film Festival. And Dr. Chen, we were talking about making the documentary and, working with 3 kids and an older gentleman, it's not easy, all right? Even though the story is just to shoot, about their everyday life. But there must have been some interesting stories that you can share with us, whether it's before the filming started, or is it during the filming, or is it after the filming? Can you share with us?
Because the director is also a kid.
Yes.
So sometimes before the shot,
okay,
they maybe fight.
Oh, really?
or have some quarrel.
Oh, right.
Yes. But during the shot, they just like nothing happened.
Oh, right.
Yes. So I think it's very interesting.
Okay.
Others like one of the members.
Okay.
The grandson.
Okay.
After this documentary, he know his grandpa. Yes, and he want to be like his grandpa. So he make a wish in the future to be a crew member.
Oh, really?
Yes,
on the
he
boat?
want to get he will to get a license in the future.
Okay.
Yes.
And let me ask you, you have 3 kids on the project.
Yes.
And do they take turns? Do they rotate to play the role of director, or just one of them is a director?
No, the director is another one.
Oh, another
one.
kid. He's not in the movie.
Yes, he's not in the movie.
Okay.
Yes.
And did you have to have some, prior consultation with this kid director about what you wanted in the movie? Did you have to have a conversation with him, with the director?
No.
No, you just let him shoot the movie as he wanted to shoot. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Another thing that we have noticed about the movie itself is that there were some interesting animation.
Yes.
Animation scene. Why did you use animation in the documentary Living Off the Ocean?
This animation is from the imaginary calligraphy.
Yes.
Yes, and this one is created and defined by the calligrapher whose name is Chen Heng-Ming in Kaohsiung.
Okay.
Yes, it's different from traditional calligraphy.
Okay.
When you learn to write calligraphy, imaginary calligraphy, you don't need to copy the letters traditionally.
Okay.
Okay. You can have your own story and the style, and you can even arrange the space on the paper. So in this way, every kid has different style.
Yes.
So because this is kids as the director, and so we want to use kids' work in this film.
Okay.
Yes.
And being part of the documentary, do you think the imaginary calligraphy really helped the audience to understand what was going through the kids' mind? Was it something that you felt was helpful for the movie?
Yes, I think this is helpful. Yes, to lead the audience to know this film.
Okay.
Yes.
And we also understand that imaginary calligraphy is something that's new as a teaching method.
Yes.
And do you use that teaching elementary school at Beipu?
Miss Chai.
Oh, Miss Chai does?
Yes, Miss Chai teaches imaginary calligraphy.
Okay.
Yes.
What was the reaction from her students? Did they like imaginary calligraphy, or did she ever talk to you about that?
At first, the student listen, they want to write calligraphy. They think it's the traditional way, so they don't like
resist it.
Yes. But after after some lessons, they like it because everyone every work has its story, and each one is good.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. And we also understand that last year in 2015, that you received a subsidy
Yes.
from the Quanta Foundation
Yes.
to make a trip to Japan. Can you tell us the background of that story, please?
Okay, last year we got a subsidy from Guangda Culture and Education Foundation.
Yes.
We took some students to Fukuoka in Japan. Yes, we brought our imaginary calligrapher works to make cultural exchange with the local elementary school in Japan. We not only show the characteristic of Hualien, but also we develop their worldwide view.
Okay.
So I think this is an unforgettable experience for us or for the kids.
Okay.
Yes.
Indeed. And we will talk a little more about your trip to Japan later in the program. But let me ask you, given the fact that you have, very successful, film debut at the International Children's Film Festival, are you thinking of maybe wider release for the movie? For example, maybe the movie can be shown at different schools around Taiwan, or maybe even going overseas for other countries, young students to see how beautiful, Taiwan is, or Hualien.
Yes. Maybe we have a project in summer vacation. We will play our works in our playground.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
and that's also in Hualien.
Yes.
Okay. But do you think about taking the films maybe to, Taipei, Kaohsiung, and other parts of Taiwan?
I think the PTAs will do this.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Public television.
Yes, public
service.
television service will do this.
Okay.
Yeah.
And is it possible maybe in the future taking the film internationally?
They will do this.
Oh, they will also
they
through
will send
PTS
some works to the international
film festival.
Yes.
Okay. And what is that? Given the success of the movie, the project itself, what is the area in addition to the indigenous people?
Yes.
What is the area that you felt, maybe for Hualien and maybe also for Taiwan, that we can show to the rest of the world through your filmmaking about how beautiful Taiwan is or how nice the people are? What is that one, area that you really want to explore in the future?
Because I was born in Hualien.
Yes.
So I want to explore more beautiful story about my native.
Okay.
Yes.
So it's all probably going to be primarily on Hualien in the future.
Yes.
Okay. But also, Dr. Chen, you have a background in engineering. You also still, running a digital center at the school and also in Hualien, Yilan area.
Yes.
And let me ask you this. Is it possible maybe in the future for you to combine your engineering background with your interest in filmmaking in the future, maybe putting the two of them together?
Oh, I think it is a good idea.
It is a good idea.
I will put in my plan.
Okay.
Thank you.
But, also, when you look at the people that you had gone to school with,
Yes.
all right, maybe some of them, received their engineering degrees.
Yes.
They are now working for some, corporations.
Yes.
There are many high-tech companies in Taiwan. Do you think that maybe in the future that you can bring some projects to them, that maybe you have, greater sponsorship from the corporate industry sector in addition to the government?
I think this is possible.
Okay.
Yes.
Would they be interested, for example, if you want to do a story about Hualien?
Yes.
Maybe in the next 5 years that you want to do 1 or 2 additional projects, and maybe you want to use the documentary that you make to tell a story about Hualien, about Taiwan.
Yeah.
Is that something that you want to pursue further in the future?
I think I will make more effort on the animation making. I think
Okay.
it's interesting.
Yes.
And kids like this.
Yes.
So maybe in 5 years, I will put more effort on animation making.
Okay.
Yes.
But animation making takes a lot of effort.
Yes.
And also a lot of money.
Yes.
Okay. So do you think that maybe in the future that you will, have bigger team available, more people joining your team, and maybe getting some corporate sponsorship?
In animation, there is a method called stop motion.
Okay.
It just shot a picture, one and one,
Yes.
and combine them into animation.
Okay.
This is very easy but hardworking.
Yes.
Yes.
And also you would require some financial support.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Well, certainly want to wish you good luck on that part.
Thank you.
Okay. We need to take the final break in our program today. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the final part of today's program here on Taiwan Outlook. I'm your host, Wu Ruiguo. We will continue and wrap up this fascinating conversation with Dr. Chen Heng-Ming, who's currently an elementary teacher in Hualien County, but also on the program today to talk about his first and very impressive documentary project, Living Off the Ocean, at this year's Taiwan International Children's Film Festival. Dr. Chen, well, we're talking about your experiences in filmmaking along with your colleague, Ms.蔡佳玲. But, we mentioned earlier in 2015 that you received a grant from Quanta, Educational and Cultural Foundation.
Yes.
And then you took the kids, some of them to Japan for a visit. Then during the visit in Japan, you visited many Japanese calligraphers.
Yes.
And you also visited a Japanese elementary school and shared some educational ideas and values with them. Can you please tell us the stories behind your trip to Japan in 2015?
I remember after our students demonstrate the imaginary calligraphy in the elementary school in Japan, the students in Japan, they share their feeling to us. I remember some kids said it's novel and amazing, and the other one said it's creative.
Yes.
And he didn't know there is another way to write calligraphy.
Yes.
We also visit their calligraphy classroom and individual space.
Okay.
We can see each student's work on the wall, and they all look like the same.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Maybe one paper, write 2 words.
Okay. 2 characters.
Yes, 2 characters. Yes.
Okay.
But all look the same.
Okay.
So they're very amazed. Oh, there is another way to write
Calligraphy.
Yes.
All right. And let me ask you this. When you talk to them about some of the teaching methods,
Yes.
For example, Taiwan, Ms. Cai Jialing teaches imaginary calligraphy. And this is not something that they teach in Japan.
Yes.
What is the difference that you sense in the students and also in the teachers' reaction to this?
Oh, yes. They are very, maybe we say shock.
Oh, okay.
they shock, yes. And but they are very, they like it.
Okay.
Yes, and they even want our works, and they want to treasure it. Yes.
Okay. And for some of the kids who are with you on that trip to Japan,
Yes.
did they show how imaginary calligraphy is done right in front of the Japanese students?
Yes.
Okay. And were they on the spot?
Yes.
Maybe talking to Ms. Cai Jialing or talking to some of the students trying to learn imaginary calligraphy right away?
For Japanese students?
Yes.
No.
Oh, no.
Yes.
They just felt this is
Yes.
new.
We demonstrate on the spot.
Okay.
And they just view.
Okay.
Yes.
But the reaction is very positive.
Yes.
Okay. But let me ask you, you don't teach imaginary calligraphy, okay?
Yes.
But Ms.蔡佳玲does.
Yes.
Has she ever shared with you the students' reaction when she was teaching imaginary calligraphy? Because, you know, both of us, you know, we go through Taiwan's educational system. We understand, you know, writing calligraphy is very strict and very traditional. And the imaginary calligraphy, of course, is something creative, new. What is the reaction from Taiwan students when you try to teach them imaginary calligraphy?
Because Miss Chai's classroom is just next to my office.
Okay.
So every time I will walk to his classroom to see the students' work, and I will say, "Wow, this is amazing! This work is very good." And next time I met the student, I will praise him, and then the student will get some
Encouragement.
Yes, encouragement. So he think, and gradually he will think. His work is really good.
Okay, have a lot of confidence.
He likes to write imaginary calligraphy.
Okay.
Yes.
And is this something that only happens now at Beipu Elementary School, or is it other schools are thinking of doing the same thing?
Oh yes, because Miss Chai also teaches in Beiping.
Oh, Beiping.
Beiping, yes,
Okay.
also in Hualien.
All right.
So only these two schools teaches imaginary.
Has you know, Ms. Tsai thought about maybe going to other parts of Taiwan and sharing the techniques, you know, to other students, maybe for example in Taipei or in Taichung? Has she ever thought about this?
No.
Okay, but it is something that she would like to teach more students.
Yes.
Okay, maybe in Hualien first.
Yes.
All right. And another part of my questions is regarding your experience at this year, 2016, the Taiwan International Children's Film Festival. You know, this is something that's organized by the Taiwan Public, you know, Television Service for many years. Tell us a little bit about the experience this time, all right? Because this is the, you know, the place, the platform that you show the first movie that you ever made with, you know, Ms. Cai Jialing. And what was going through your mind? Were you nervous? Or were you, you know, really unsure if the people gonna like the documentary Living Off the Ocean?
Although it's heartbreaking, but we will still go on it.
Okay.
Because maybe we will learn from kids.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, not only kids learn from us, we will learn from kids.
All right.
Yes.
But why did you think about become a part of the Taiwan International Children's Film Festival this year? Is it because that people suggested that Dr. Chen, you should send your documentary to TICFF for consideration? How did you get involved?
And I say we have participated in this project in
Kids as directors?
in 2010.
Oh, okay.
Yes, so this is the second time we attend this project.
Oh,
yes.
okay. All right. So this time that you were able to present, you know, the documentary.
Yes.
And what were some of the, you know, audience or critics were saying to you after the movie was shown for the first time? Did they like it, or did they not like it?
They like it.
Okay.
They share meaning, their feelings to us. They say this film can make them calm down, and they feel like Hualien is very beautiful. Mm-hmm. Yes, and some people not living in Hualien, they say after seeing our film, they want to go to
for a
Hualien.
visit.
Yes, right now. Yes.
Okay. All right. But as you know, the filmmaker yourself,
Yes.
you're looking at the final product. Were there, you know, things that you said to yourself and along with Ms.蔡佳玲, that hey, maybe next time when we do the film, we can do a little different on this part. Did you discover any lessons maybe you learned from this project to be applied in the future?
Yes. Currently, Mr. Chai teaches students to make a storybook about the legend of Xixingtan Beach.
Oh, okay.
There are many legends about Xixingtan Beach.
Okay.
And then now the storybook is very big. A big storybook
yes.
has completed. So in the following, we want to make this storybook into animation.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
That is a big project.
Yes, yeah, it's right.
Okay.
So we will invite some animation teachers from Taipei to teach our kids to make many animation.
Okay.
And also need some financial support from some maybe
government and
yes,
so forth, industry. Okay, but let me ask you this. Dr. Chen, you have a background, very impressive background from some of the leading universities in Taiwan in engineering, okay? And you're now teaching, of course, at Beipu Elementary School, and you're also doing some engineering work at the local digital center. So do you think that, based on the success of this, documentary, that maybe in the future that you will make more films, more documentaries in the future about Hualien, about the indigenous people? So do you think that maybe one day in the future that you're going to be going further away from your engineering background? And do you like it? Or is it something that you maybe one day you want to return to your roots in engineering?
I think I want to be a teacher.
Okay.
Yes, so it's okay.
Okay.
Even I go far away from
engineering.
It's okay.
Okay.
Yes.
And what is the reaction from family and friends to you? Say that, Heng-Ming, you're going to do another movie. One is not enough. Do they support you? Do they encourage you? Or do they tell you, no, don't do it anymore?
No, they encourage me to do these things. They see I'm happy.
Yes,
yes,
of course.
yes.
Yeah. Certainly being a pleasure to have you on the program today, Dr. Chen. I want to wish you and Ms.蔡佳玲all the best in the future and keep making these movies about Hualien, about Taiwan, about the indigenous people in Taiwan. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much for watching our program today. I'll see you next time on MacroView Television. Thank you.